Right, we should be good there. Let me just check a couple of bits and pieces here, guys, make sure that we're ready. Just bear with me. Just check one or two things here, make sure that we're golden, because I want everything showing up. Yep, that appears to be coming through there. Come on. Phone was being a bit slow there, that was weird. Give me 1 second, guys.
Welcome everyone.
There we go, that's working. And I'm just going to pin that to the top. Okay. We seem to be all up and running there, which is good. Everything else should all be good. I can always turn the camera up when we go in here. It'll all be done. I know one thing I didn't do, I didn't bring any food out with me. So just give me 1 second here, guys. Got follower all prepared and didn't bring any food out for myself. There we go. More than enough there now. Probably a bit much, but you know. Right, let's heat up some of that. Let's get out of that mode. Let's check we've got our bits and pieces ready. Didn't necessarily mean to bring this shield because this is kind of a big one, but it's one of the new ones that they did with the clan emblem. But it was the one that I picked up at the time, so it'll have to do now that we're here. Rather than messing about changing it, we'll go with it to save a bit of time. Let's have a look. Still got quite a bit to do on my battle pass yet, surprisingly, which is a surprise for me. Have a quick look at the bazaar. One or two interesting items there. They look pretty cool. Some more of the banners. Some more different bits and pieces there. This is a cool set I'm going to be looking at getting though. This library one. I do like the look of that. Looks pretty good. Because apparently with the lectern there you can actually get a follower and place them in it. You can do it yourself or you can put a follower in it as well to stand and read to you. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we're back here this week on Exile Lands, so we'll have a bit of a change from our Sipter and we kind of have a bit of a run around while we're getting ready for chapter 3. So we'll do a couple of dungeons on Exile Lands just to refresh our memories and just have a chat about chapter 3, see what people think, what we're looking forward to. Of course, as we know, the young lady next to me here, the Cannibal Brute, their stats in chapter 3 are getting chopped back down again. They're actually getting cut in half, which is a little bit disappointing because I mean if you look at what she's got now with her health, and she's got all her buffs on for her damage, she's going to be doing about half of this when chapter 3 comes out on the 14th of December, which is a shame, but as the old saying goes, all good things must come to an end. So anyway, while she is still as strong as she is, thought, you know, let's have a bit of a play around, see how we go, let her take on some stuff again back on our regular map. And then of course going forward in chapter 3 we'll be back to, I mean although I've never stopped using her really very much, we'll be back to Delencia and the Berserker of course. Calm down. Skeletons are relentless, I tell you. when they get going, these skeletons are just absolutely relentless the way they're trying to hit you. They don't seem to pause for a break like humans. It's yeah, rather interesting. Let's see. Now I'm not geared up for agility. But let's see if I can hit these guys from here. Well, that definitely hit. Yep, pulled him. There we go, we want to pull them over this way a bit, and then she can obviously deal with them. See what I mean? They're just relentless, they just keep hitting you. They're beggars for it, they really are. So we'll let her run up and hit that one there. Pretty much a one-hit kill for her. I'm gonna have to go and get that guy as well. Nice. Right, what are you on? Behaviour engagement. You're on guard me. So I don't want to just run in riot and... Although she can deal the damage, I don't want to just run in riot and trying to take on everybody at the same time. Ideally. Yeah, we've pulled the boss. I thought we might do with hitting that guy. Well, he's thinking about it anyway. Yeah, here he comes. So we'll set her on him.
I will drink your blood. Yog will have your soul.
Come on, get your combo going.
I will feast
There we
upon
go. She's going to be fine with him, so while she's dealing with him. We'll deal with these guys for her. Kind of help her out a little bit at least. Got to be seen doing something, haven't we? We can't just stand still the whole time. Do you drop anything any good? Not to bother about the food, but I'll take the weapon though. Axe of the Gate Guardian. Still a decent one-handed axe. So then we will carry on into our next area. What I need to do actually, because of the way I'm built more of a follow build, I'm going to take a piece of that and use one of those just so we get our damage buffs up as well. Give us a bit more strength damage because I have had to spec a little bit more into authority because I want her doing the damage rather than me being in strength, where typically I'd max out strength. If I was running more solo, I'd probably, if I had a follower but I was solo more or less, I'd only put the first perk in authority just to give them the irritate perk. But with more of a follower build you want to be a bit more damage based yourself as well. Let's see. We can't pull the big guy, but that'll pull everybody as well. And of course our friend will be perfectly fine at this stage against him. We'll try and deal with some of these guys if we can. Oh, she's over there cleaning up. He's going after the archers, so we'll check what he had. Okay, not too bad. Fragment of power, don't need any of that other stuff, so I'm not going to bother with that. Hello to anyone that's just joined, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome. So usual Friday live stream, couple of hours. Usually doing an Isle of Sipta playthrough, but decided this week, as we're on our way to chapter 3, we'd change it up a bit, do a bit of Exile Lands, talk about the upcoming chapter 3 and what people are looking forward to, what people aren't looking forward to, kind of talk about what's coming, see how we think it's going to work. So if we carry on in here, we should have the War Maker, which is this big guy who's stuck on the spot by the look of him. Can't make his mind up where he's going. Oh, now he can, he's just there we go. The brute just smashed through him, nice and easy. There's a weapon happened there? Oh, we better had to take the statues. Actually, I didn't bring keys with me. That's a good point. I nearly left that then. I forgot I didn't bring any keys with me. I do have skeleton keys on me, but I don't have the Inner Sanctum or Arena key with me. I do have it, but I didn't actually bring it with me. So now we'll carry on. And then we want to go around this way. For those who don't know, this is the Warmaker's Sanctuary, which, even though it shows us up at the top right of the map there at the moment, the actual dungeon itself is actually located down here. So it's nearer to Seppenrue than where we actually are now, because most of the dungeons Good evening, hope you're well. Hope you're good. Yeah, as I say, most of the dungeons on the Exile lands, although they are spread around the map, the actual dungeon location is actually in a different place. We're actually up on the top right of the map at the moment. Oh, another one coming in. There we go. Anything in here worth taking? Normally I would grab these if I was doing a normal playthrough, because those are very handy. Don't know why he took his time deciding what he was doing then, that was a bit weird. Pulled his weapon out and couldn't decide what to do. But yeah, these are always good to pick up, because you can get a language, or possibly I think a fragment of power from those as well. We'll just grab them for a moment. I think we should have got everybody, or almost. There is a chest up that other side as well that I would normally grab, but as I say, with this playthrough I'm not really going to bother picking anything up this time as such, because we're not really doing, other than weapons, just have a look at them, because we're not actually doing a full playthrough. I'll do that once chapter 3 comes along. We'll do all these dungeons again to see what we get, just to see if anything's any different, and we'll collect the resources, because obviously we'll need them. Dodge out of his way a minute. Because he's intent on chasing me for some reason. There we go. We'll let the brute have her fun while she can. While they are still the most OP follower in the game, we'll let her have her fun. Because it ain't going to be for long, unfortunately. So yeah, unfortunately chapter 3, the brutes, Thugra, Unseen Hidden Daggers, excuse me, which are all Defari faction, will be getting their damage chopped in half. So obviously they're not going to done about health, but certainly their damage will be cut in half, so they won't be anywhere near as powerful as what they are now. So if you've got a Cannibal Brute or a Thugra or a...
How's it going?
Good evening, hello, nice to see you. Yes, it's going alright so far. So far so good, we've not been going very long. Just saying, we decided to do a bit of a Exile Lands playthrough and kind of just have a chat about the upcoming chapter 3. We will continue with Sipta, but just thought at the moment for something different. Why not come back to our home, as we call it, and do a little bit on here. These guys are such a pain. You can't stagger these guys. There we go. Oh yeah, she made short work of him, look at that.
Hello, Julius.
But yes, hope you're good, Julius, hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week. As of course, here we are again, Friday. hello to everybody, of course. Welcome as always. Lovely to see you. Can't believe it's Friday again. Was only thinking yesterday that it's Thursday, it's Friday, tomorrow it's stream day again already.
It's been a bit dull TBH.
Oh, right. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully you'll be able to get through it, whatever it is that you've had to deal with, and hope it's not been too bad. I know where we are weather-wise, it's certainly very cold at the minute. It's absolutely freezing. Like 0 degrees sometimes even -1, -2. Which is, yeah, rather cold.
The highlight was getting my annual shots of flu and COVID to show how dull.
I remember you said about those last week. You were waiting for them, weren't you? Yeah. Hopefully you're not too bad from it and that you'll be alright.
We have -4 at the minute.
Oh, -4, wow. Wowzers. Yeah. That's a bit chilly. And I can tell it's cold because normally I don't bother having my jacket on by now with the stream. I've been able to just have my short sleeve t-shirt, but even with the heating on, I've had to, we had that on earlier, I've had to turn that off for a bit because it was getting a bit stuffy in the house, but then even still having to sit with my jacket on again now just to keep warm because it's, yeah, rather cold. Still not had any snow where we are. Had a little bit of frost.
Dropped here in Spain too.
Really? Oh gosh. Gosh. Yeah, it's definitely different when you hear how other people cope with things. I know when we went to the States a few years back and it was 37 degrees when we got in the taxi that we were getting in, and we were chatting to the driver and he was saying how that it's that was quite mild for them for the time of year, and me and the missus just looked at each other as if to say, quite cold rather, and me and the missus just looked at each other as to say that's quite cold. Because obviously for us that was absolutely baking hot, but yeah, apparently it can be even higher than that. Of course it's the Nevada desert, so it can be a lot warmer. They seem to aggro really easy, those guys. Yeah, normally my build would have a few more points in strength.
Me anyway.
Ah, right. Yeah, I know in the UK we don't like it. We're always complaining when it gets to winter that it's freezing and it's cold and it's miserable, don't like it. But then to be fair, we're the same when it comes to summer. If we get a red hot summer where it's 25, 26 degrees, if we're lucky, we're complaining we're too hot then. Like people say, typical Brits, we're always complaining. We're always complaining rather too hot or too cold. Yeah. We're never satisfied, unfortunately. I suppose when you get used to a certain climate and that's where you always live, you always adjust to it. Right. Need to watch that on the floor, watch that as well. Go on, friend. Oh. Oh, I knew I'd do that. Rolled right into the bomb. Luckily it didn't affect me, so... Hello. I think I know why. Yeah, I turned that off, but I didn't turn that off. That's what I meant to do. I had both those on earlier while I was setting stuff up. Forgot to disable them, that was why. Just so obviously people could tell with the single follower I am using the Hyperanian heavy armour again, which is obviously giving her a bit of a plus. Plus she's had her pork rinds, salted pork and the elixir of might to boost her strength. You've all seen this one a few times, Cannibal Brutes. That's her health and her damage, which we're going to have to make the most of, because you ain't going to be doing 104 damage soon. You'll be doing half that if we're lucky. Which will still be pretty tough, to be fair, but nowhere near as good as what they're doing now. So poor old Delancey is going to have to start doing a lot more work. More work. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hope you're well. Yeah, we're doing alright, thank you. Hope you're good. We're here again. Back on the Exile lands for a bit of a bit of an explore and a bit of a mess around.
Your heart will be eaten.
Bit of nostalgia with the Cannibal Brutes before they get nerfed in Chapter 3. Thought we'd better let them get a bit of fun in before they end up. Oh, hello. Yeah, she wasn't going to stand for that. thought we'd give the Cannibal Brute a little run before they get retired. And our good old faithful Delancey goes back to work again. Not allowed they're not aggroing on her, because they should be doing. Have I turned your irritate perk off, young lady? Engagement. We're not engaged, what we're doing. Behaviour. Why has she not got the... Oh, there it is. Oh no, she does have the irritate perk enabled. So I'm surprised she wasn't taking the aggro. But yeah, hope you got bulwark. I've been watching your recent videos, of course.
Beaming face with smiling eyes.
Great little videos you've done again now. I know you haven't got a lot of time to do them at the minute with working, but still very, very enjoyable. You know, lots of helpful information and kind of introduces people to L-Sipter as well, doesn't it? So keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, you little beggar. Roll me back into the spire then. Get out of it. Half or more, whatever. I don't know what you said, but whatever.
I will feast upon you.
Go on, one more. And he's down.
You will have your soul.
Thank you, mate. Is this on chapter 3 or on your server?
Right, you're welcome. And no, this is on my server. Yeah, we're still in chapter 2 here. I don't really get a chance to get onto my PC really to look at the beta or anything, or the test live as they call it. So yeah, this is still chapter 3, chapter 2. Still chapter 2. So thought we'd, as I say, I thought we'd make the most of letting the brute run wild while she can. But, yeah, I don't know if any of you managed to catch the little video that I brought out on Monday, and what your opinions were, and if you have any that are favourites or...
What is holding you from your PC playing Conan? Last days of the brute.
Yeah, retirement.
Okay.
Retirement days of the brute. yeah. But yeah, if anybody happened to see my the video on Monday, those are my sort of personal favourites, obviously, and recommendations. But other people might have different favourites or different ones that they like. Thought I'd include a couple of dancers in it as well, because they are both perfectly viable and both accessible on Exiled Lands, and of course the extra one. The Angie the Dervish, that's a Purge Thrall, or Purge Follower as we like to call them. If you do get a chance to get one of her, do try her out.
Great video. Grinning face.
Thank you, very much appreciated. It yeah, I kind of thought it'd do alright, and I was surprised when it did alright as it did actually in the first few hours. I kind of thought it would get a good few views on it, but wasn't too sure. And then when it actually got a bit more than what I expected it to do, it was a nice surprise. Because the thumbnail that we did on the software that we use on the PC, it's actually had some updates to it. So for some of like the features and what have you, and we were trying them out, and obviously we felt like the picture looked a little bit sharper and a bit more detail, certainly in the facial expressions that Delincia had on there, because of course that is Delincia, so thought we'd use a bit of a different thumbnail just to kind of promote the video a bit. Oh, thank you, appreciate that. Anybody does, any of us that are all, you know, content creators trying to do this because we enjoy the game and want to play it. And I always say it's about learning from each other and supporting each other, you know. It's not a competition, is it, at the end of the day? At the end of the day, we're all in it for the same reason, because we want to share the knowledge that we have of a game and the enjoyment that we have of a game. We want to share it with everybody else and hopefully bring new people to the game and teach people how to play it, show them how it works, and just have fun really, and obviously build a nice loving caring community that, you know, want to help each other and give each other advice kind of thing and work together. And
good job you didn't stream us on AIs last night, lol.
Yeah. So we've been trying a different bit with the streams just recently. We're obviously trying to do the regular Conan Fridays. I live Sipton, obviously mixing in a bit of Exile Lands once we come back to Chapter 3. Obviously we'll do a lot more on here because there'll be the whole new raid feature to try out. Hoping the stability side of it gets fixed, because if PC players are having issues, then...
Oh, for sure. I wish YouTube can give us some different payment methods to be able to support our content creators.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's unfortunate, really. I suppose it even works the same way with like channel memberships and what have you, doesn't it? That you've still got to pay in the same kind of way. It's unfortunate, really. You'd think there would be other ways that they could do it, or alternatives that they could offer to make it. You'd think they'd realise some people haven't got, you know, the same payment methods as others.
What's the problem?
Problem with what? What do you mean? Let's have a drink of my coffee while chat catches up, because it is running a little bit behind, I think, for some reason at my end. I don't know why.
With the paying methods, I mean. I have a card that can't pay online.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, that one.
And YouTube only takes card info.
Yeah, it's typical, isn't it?
No pay safe.
You'd think they would, wouldn't you? By now, been going as long as it's been going.
Or other methods.
Yeah, it's a shame. Right, so we're here in the arena. Let's do some guessing.
I use a wallet card for safety.
That's a good idea. So we're in the arena, obviously. That's the arena champion over there. Who says time-wise? Who thinks how long it's going to take her to take her down? What we're saying?
I just put enough cash in the card when I pay something.
10 seconds, 30 seconds, 5 seconds, a minute. What do we reckon?
Most of the time it's empty.
How fast do we think she'll take her down?
HMMN you don. T-pay monthly fees. 10 seconds.
10.
Less than 2 minutes.
Oh, definitely less than 2 minutes. I can guarantee that one. I think you've seen her fight her before, so it'll definitely be less than 2 minutes. Definitely. It will definitely be less than 2. Definitely be less than a minute. I'll try and keep watching as well if I can so that you can actually see it. And hopefully she won't aggro to me. Here we go. Ping. She coming? Oh, yeah, she's thinking about it. Here she comes. And she missed.
I know your roots. 1.5 heavy combos.
Oh, I don't know. Go on. Don't let her hit you like that. You show her.
I will feast upon you.
Bang. Yeah, she did suffer a bit there. She took a little chunk off her because she got a hit on her first. I don't know why the follower was being a bit slow there. She was a little bit slow getting going there, and if she'd have hit her straight away, she probably would have took it.
Recharge the card before paying every month.
She probably would have. She probably would have took her down a bit quicker. So that's a shame, but she did get her though. She took a bit of a hammering, but she got her. That's interesting. No weapon this time. Because she had been dropping Quake, but she hasn't dropped it this time. Never mind. That's possibly the last time that you'll ever have to face her, young lady, so don't worry.
And I mean if the bank takes monthly fees to manage the wallet card.
Let's head on. Must admit, this used to be one of the dungeons that I didn't like the most when I first started playing. Thought it was really tough and a bit scary, if I'm being honest. But once you've got a decent follower with you, be it the Cannibal Brute or, as at the moment, or a Delintia or a Berserker, and you've got the right gear and weapons, it's a piece of cake now.
Okay, they charge like $1 per operation.
It's a piece of cake, this one now. It's one of my favourite dungeons, I would say now, especially for farming the 3 mini bosses at the beginning.
The bank, though. You would have to ask at yours.
Yeah, there you go. Oh. We run away enough, they shouldn't. Why are they not aggro to her? Because she's not on attack all enemies, that's why. I should have put her on attack everything at this point. Yeah. Because of course I keep forgetting. Alright.
Look at some banks in my country to see which T charge for account management and transactions.
Yeah, you never know. There might be something. Like the old saying goes, isn't it? Nowadays, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Don't you dare. Try and spit at me, spider. Get out of it.
ATM My card doesn't have the option to do online transactions. It's an old Maestro card. And online is Visa, MasterCard and something else.
Yeah, they should allow you to use something like PayPal, shouldn't they? Like a lot of companies do. Give you like a PayPal option or something.
Yeah, I use Visa.
Oh. Dragons fighting as always.
Please PayPal.
We'll send her into them clean-ups seeing as they can't manage themselves. There we go, look at that. Oh, missed.
Strange they don't let you use PayPal.
Oh, a little bit laggy there then, that was weird. Take his fragment. Ah, I thought I needed to cut him up for his key, but it's there, look. Now then, is this... Ah yes, there we go, the chest is
On
here.
Steam I use PaySafe account, and I charge it at an ATM.
Ugh, War Spear of the Black Circle. Ugh. Nope. Not big on that one. Don't really use spears, so... That was not a very good find, but there we go. Didn't bring a pick with me, so we won't bother breaking out the Yeti this time. Even though you can break him out at the end. Not going to bother this time.
Mantle fodder, which also lets me pay with PaySafe.
But sorry, yeah, I don't think I answered your question earlier as well. What's stopping me playing on PC? Pretty much like I've said in the past, my PC isn't the best of spec. Yep, no problem. No problem, will work. My PC isn't the best of spec for... Obviously it can run Conan, but I think it's because it's an older PC that I got a while ago that it's just a little bit choppy and a bit slow with it. It's not very fast at loading. It does end up being a little bit framey when I'm playing sometimes. I'm trying to obviously save up because I have spoken to a guy that deals with computers, and he has said with the one I've got there are one or two bits in that could be movable into a better PC as part of a build that I could potentially use. So it wouldn't be a complete waste, so there's certain bits I wouldn't have to necessarily buy because they could incorporate them into it. But then I have just seen a little YouTube video just recently, ouch, walked straight into that, didn't I? From a guy who does all little tech advice videos and everything like that, and although it's not a long-term solution, he should...
Streaming is about £2k.
Yeah, this particular PC showed off, I think he said it was like $180, so it's only a really cheap one. And it's not really a long-term solution to being able to stream PS5 or whatever using OBS and what have you through a PC, but it is a budget-friendly PC. So for somebody who's just starting out and hasn't really got a big budget, you'd be able to use that. So I may look at saving up for one of those and maybe look into that one a bit more first and study it a bit and then see what's what. Might be worth doing that one, or I may hang on a bit and save up for a better one. Because it would be nice to be able to have my stream scheduled, you know, and have a thumbnail up on YouTube telling people when the stream's coming up and what time it's starting, so that like you guys can already be joining and chatting before we start. But all of that is it's a learning curve for me as well yet, so we shall see in the not too distant future, of course. Let's see how she goes on with this guy. Look at that, she's already knocked him down to over a quarter health gone already. Lagging a bit then. Get some bleed on him with the Heart's Blood daggers. Set of the best daggers in my opinion. If you can get these from a chest, the Heart's Blood daggers are really good. Do let me know as well if the game volume's too loud and you can't hear me as well over it. Because obviously I don't know from my end whether the game volume is making me quieter and the game louder. Do let me know and I can always lower the game volume if it's a bit too high. Oh.
Those daggers do gouging, right?
Let me have a look. Yep, there you go. They have got the master weapon fitting on them as well, so that's not the stats that they come with. Obviously that's with the master weapon fitting on them, which does boost up the damage and the armor pen. You get them from a legendary chest. Yeah, so they are the Heart's Blood daggers, and it was actually Whack 4863 that recommended them one time. Black Dragon Pikes, another spear. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to get a set of them, or you ever see a set of them anywhere, do obviously take them, because I do agree with them, they are probably one of, if not the best daggers in the game, especially against undead. So like in the Unnamed City especially, gouging, which is obviously like the undead version of...
I tried them on Undead Dragon, but didn't seem to do much.
They are supposed to do. With the gouging, they're supposed to do the... put bleed on undead apparently. That's what the gouging means apparently. I wouldn't used to think what that meant. Didn't understand it at first. I think it's supposed to be the undead version of bleed, so I'm not too sure with that then. But that's, yeah, that's unusual. But yeah, there's going to be a lot to look at in chapter 3. Obviously basic things like, I say basic, there's a lot to it, but I mean a base crafting side of things like the new tavern system. So we're going to have to build a tavern and get the bar, and then try and get the barkeep, which Angar mentioned in a stream. I think it was last week he was looking at that, wasn't it, and trying to get the barkeep from the purge, whether it was just a bug with it or whether it was just unlucky at getting it at first. I don't know, I wasn't so sure, was it? But we'll definitely be doing live streams taking a look at those, and certainly a video on it as well to showcase that, so that'll be something for the future. And also we will, if the stability side to it is good enough, we'll also go to the, where are we? Come on map. Where are we? Ruins of Almaraha, I think that's how you pronounce it, or Almaraya. There's an empty camp at the minute. We'll also go over there and take on the new siege fortress, I suppose you would call it, because that's kind of a fortress where the Stygians have built their base, haven't they? We'll of course go and take that on as well in a live stream. So I'm just double checking around here in case there's anything that we've ever missed. These little secret things that get added at times like they do, because you just never know. The devs are
excited for the tavern stuff, not so much about the fortress raid.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad. Because to be honest, I think, ouch, when you go to do it, it's going to work again, isn't it? I know they're saying they've ideally designed it for 2 players with a follower, ideally. But I think 1 player with obviously decent armour and decent weapon and a decent follower would be okay with it. I mean, a few people have tried it in test live and taken like a fully leveled up to Lindsay through, etc., and she's taking a bit of a beating still, and they've taken a bit of a beating. But I think the idea with it, by the way it's looking, is it's a case of when you use the battering ram to break the door down, it's a case of don't take too long in each area, because like when you get through the outer gate and you've got the inner courtyard, it's going to be, the enemies are just going to keep respawning there until you break through the next doorway, and so on and so on. But obviously we'll have to discover all this and have a look at it all for ourselves and see what we
concerned about if my PC can handle it.
Yeah, exactly. That is one of the big concerns, isn't it? I think Angar's mentioned it, Whack 4863 spoke about it, Eradication has also done a couple of videos on it. I saw Eradication's video a few days back where he was saying he's not got the most top spec PC, but when he was doing that, he was getting less frames than what he normally gets just in the inner courtyard, and then even less frames when he got right inside something like, I think he dropped right down to 20 frames or something. So it kind of makes you think that, you know, if a PC is going to struggle like that, a sort of semi top of the line PC, if that's going to struggle, then how the heck is a PlayStation 5 going to cope? Never mind PlayStation 5, how's a PS4 going to cope? You know, if PCs are struggling like they are, that are built to obviously handle this type of game, you know, as a gaming PC, if they're going to struggle, then yeah, how the heck are consoles, PS5, and obviously PS5, PS4, you know, PS5 is going to struggle if a PC is struggling, and certainly Xbox, and then, sorry, those guys really annoy me, Skeletons, just the way they're just so relentless like that. Just constantly jab at you with that short sword, and it just really, I don't know. I've never liked that with the Skeletons, I've always found that a bit of it.
They will tweak the settings a bit until the official version will drop.
Yeah, I would think so. If it's only in the test live, people are going to give their feedback, aren't they, and report what frames they're getting, etc., and how it's behaving, and then obviously they'll hopefully release patches that amend things and obviously sort it out, hopefully, because yeah, that is a big concern with the update. Like we say, that it's kind of a big worry across the board, isn't it? You know, PC players are worrying, but also console players are worrying, and PC players are worrying that, you know, if PCs can't handle it, consoles have got no chance. Because the last thing we want is you to be getting into that area, and then your console is trying to obviously load that fort in, and then bang, you just keep blue screening or crashing or whatever. It's not going to make it a fun experience. So we'll have to just keep an eye on it and see what happens. But yeah, with regards to the tavern side of things, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. And the fact that all the different seating that you put down, you're going to be able to place followers on those benches or chairs or stools or whatever you got as well. Not just around the bar, but anywhere within that area. Kind of, you get the ghost symbol. Angar was showing it again in his stream. You'll get like the blue ghost symbol where you can place them on a seat and what have you. So it's cool that it's going to be a tavern that NPCs can come into, but the fact that you'll have, you know, it won't just be people that you place down that are already your followers that'll be in there. You'll have other NPCs from the map coming in and out at different times, and as long as the barkeep is behind the bar, it's classed as open, as the devs have said, and you'll potentially get people in there that you could hire and then make your own follower as part of your family, if you will. So no doubt if our young lady here survives till then, which I'm sure she will, she may not be very strong anymore, but she may become a regular frequenter, if that's the right word, of the tavern that we build. She'll probably get to sit in there and enjoy it, take retirement and enjoy the new tavern. Tell all her stories of how she rose from nothing to greatness and then unfortunately back to nothing again. So we will see where we go.
Lowell sitting next to Tamos sharing their misfortune.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, drowning the sorrows together. And even Thugra as well, and Cena, they'll all be there, won't they? Yeah. Right, let's go. I have to kind of think where I'm going now. I think it's about there. Could be wrong. I could have just landed in completely the wrong spot, but we'll see. Oh, little snake. Get out of it. Yeah, I thought we'd pop over here. These are going to be a new feature, of course, of pets that people can have. And also enemies at the new Stygian fortress, I suppose, if you want to call it that. But why I wanted to come over here, obviously you all know about that doorway. But if you've all done the Midnight Grove dozens of times like me, which you probably have, if not more, you'll know that normally to do this dungeon you've got to come up here and then speak to our friend here.
Come to me. You have
Who
nothing
will obviously
to fear
talk
of
to you
me,
and you can
human.
purchase the
I
potion.
am simply lonely. Is my appearance repellent to you, human?
He'll talk away
Your
to
kind
you.
find no kinship in the unnatural. My brother Impisi summoned me from the misty lands. We are bound by flesh, blood, and our kinship with Jebbar Sarg. But Impisi asked of me power that could not be given. He took my silence for disobedience, and drove me forth from his camp in a wrath. I
Well,
simply wish to return to my realm, but Impisi will not allow it because he thinks...
I don't understand why they put the crafting of the potions here, when you can just buy the potion directly.
yeah, that's what I was just going to say, Bullock. I don't understand that one. They made it that you had to buy it from him, but then also you learned the recipe, Midnight Alchemist, so you could make it at your base. And like Wax says as well, now is the time, if you can make that potion while you're at your base, if you've got a spare fridge or something, or a couple of spare fridges, make a lot of them potions up and stick them in the fridge and store them so you've always got them to get here. But yeah, I can't understand why they're changing it, that instead of you crafting it at your base now, or unless they're going to remove the ability to purchase it from him, you're going to have a station back there that you can go up to and you craft it on there. So this bit at the back here, by the look of it, there's going to be something in here that'll be that you craft it there now and then drink it and go in. Which, yeah, I don't get that one. Why was it broken that they needed to move it? What's the... I don't understand that one.
The dark moon wanes, human. I
Of
will
course he's not
wander
going to give me
here,
meat, is he,
human,
because I'm skinny.
until I can return to the
No, yeah, he
misty
does.
lands. Alone whispered to me of your coming.
See if I
That's
get...
a weird change.
Yeah, it definitely is.
To
I
return
don't
to this
understand that
haunted
one.
grove. If I
I
am
don't
gone,
understand
Know
that
about
either.
know that I have returned whence I came.
Right, while we're here, should have bought the horse with me really, then I could have carried all this extra stuff that we're carrying. I mean, I don't need half of these weapons really, because I'm not going to be...
I like that they put like the entrance there so it looks like it's a gate to the dungeon, but the potion making is not necessary.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It'll look different, but it's like, what's the point of having the potion crafting there when he's there? That's the whole point of it. You're supposed to talk to him, aren't you? It seems, yeah, a bit defeating the object a little bit. Oh yeah, you're fine. Right. Here we go. Midnight Grove. So I think in here, I'm just going to set her on attack all enemies because you'll stay close anyway. But I just wanted to just, if she sees something, she can just go for it. I don't want to be waiting to have to tell her constantly. Although I've still just had to tell her now because it looks like she's waiting, but really good place to...
feral flesh against all the ingredients for the potion. Most PPL will choose the 5 feral flesh.
Yeah, exactly. You've kind of put a wasted feature in there, haven't you? Because you're saying to people, oh yeah, we'll come in here and craft it. Well, yeah, most people, like you say, if that scorpion still around, if they haven't got rid of that, you're just going to kill the scorpion for the feral flesh and buy it off him, aren't you? I suppose we'll have to see what happens with that then. Certainly going to be interesting. Yeah, well, we'll have to see with that one. And I mean, I haven't heard as yet if the change that obviously was done with the Cannibal Brute and Thugger and obviously Ancina, I don't know if there's any...
Should change to 5 or 10 exquisite meat.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one, wouldn't it?
Harder to get.
Make it up to exquisite meat, so right, I've come here to go and do the dungeon, but I've got to run back across there now and find a rhino to kill at the den, because yeah, you'd have to run across the den to kill a rhino. Or even the exquisite, yeah, no, sorry, yeah, not exquisite, that's exotic, isn't it? Yeah, exquisite, yeah, you'd have to go and look for a kudo or something like that. Or you'd have to know you need to do that and then kill one on the way, or have some exquisite meat in your fridge. That's, yeah. That's a good idea, because they could have made it a bit different like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have definitely been different. Here come the little piggies, another 2 of them. But yeah, I think build-wise for my characters of what I've put out so far will pretty much still be viable in Chapter 3 as well. So the agility builder.
To get, so Jebelsag will find you worthy to enter the dungeon.
Exactly. Yeah, I like it. Like, earn your sort of respect off him. Yeah. He'll honour you for putting that effort in to find this item to try and get into his dungeon. Yeah. I like your thinking. I like where you're going with that. If only, eh?
Will have your soul.
2 archers. Of course, one on the right still shot me.
Like abyssal flesh.
Now that would be an interesting one. I might make it a bit too... Make it a bit too tricky, I suppose. I suppose they don't...
Part of a hero, with a heart, etc.
Oh yeah, a heart of a hero even. Which means like looking for the relic hunters in the unnamed city, or going into the wine cellar and killing that first mini boss to get a heart of a hero. Yeah, make it a little bit different.
I will feast upon you.
Yeah. Abyssal flesh in the previous dungeon.
Yes, that's very true. Because yeah, if you've just done the, if you're doing the dungeon delver, and you've just got the abyssal flesh from the dregs, then yeah, definitely that would make sense. Definitely. That makes sense then. That, yeah, so you, when you think, what do I need all this abyssal flesh for?
Very good idea.
Normally you'd obviously chuck most of that away if you farmed a lot of it because you think you don't have any need for it. But now it would then give you a reason to keep some of it. Yeah, you wouldn't need to keep it all,
Your heart will be eaten.
but you could keep a couple of stacks of it in your fridge at your base, like you say, so you would always have it then, wouldn't you? But yeah, I like where you're going with that. I don't understand why she's not attacking straight away, because she's set on attack all enemies. Of course, because she's nearly at retirement now, she's just playing up a bit and just doesn't want to fight as much anymore, for some reason. There we go, now she's going for it, see? There we go. Excuse me. Get back in your tree. Crom takes everything. Says, well, would you be? You better not like Jabal Saggy, you saying that? Crom takes everything. Yeah, you better not like Jabal Saggy, you saying that one. I don't think he'd be very impressed. Right, I always get lost in this one. Oh, no, more wolves, we're alright.
I mean, the devs clearly showed that they want to make the game easier and more mainstream, so if they will do some logical changes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, like, Angard bought his beginner's guide series out today, and it's like he said in that one today, that, you know, it's not supposed to be that you can get a super OP follower at like level 10 when you've just started and take them all the way to the end of the game and take on the end game content with that follower, you know, because obviously you're supposed to work your way up, aren't you? Start at the lower tier followers and work your way up to like your relic hunters and up to your higher people and then your Sumerian berserkers, etc. Yeah, and your Delincia and your Leon and everybody else, you're supposed to work your way up to them, aren't you? So it makes sense that that was potentially done in error. Missed.
Grinning face with smiling eyes. Remember when you could buy the Lincia, if you were lucky, from caravans?
Yeah, exactly. Like with Age of Sorcery, if you had 50 of those obelisk coins, if you were lucky, you got a chance at getting Delincia. So it was like, yeah, you either got Delincia or Vartnir or Janos, didn't you? As a fighter, yeah, exactly. Now, to some people in a way that was good. And that made sense and it was good, but to other people it was kind of like, well, hang on a minute, that's making the game a bit too easy. You know what I mean? Some people thought it made it fun and interesting, and I've come back to the entrance, haven't I? Wrong way. Thought I had. Yeah, they're trying to make it so that it introduces the game to somebody new to the game, which, yes, it does that, or it did that rather, but at the same time it also kind of made it probably come away from the whole concept of trying to take on the different people that that you need to take on, and trying to get to knock them out and make them your friends and have them as your army eventually. Did we come in this way? Oh no, can't have done.
I would like to see a bit More survival elements like wounds and stuff.
Dennis
Could
did.
be a factor.
Yeah, Dennis did touch on stuff a little bit, didn't he? Where he was saying about what was it? They like your follower, instead of your follower just getting instantly killed, they'd be able to potentially get like knocked out, if you will, and then like you'd be able to like revive them and, you know, rescue them, pick them up and sort of heal them up again. He did say that he didn't rule out, did he, that that is potentially something that they could look at doing in the future. So who knows, you know, who knows where it's gonna go. I always get lost in this dungeon, man, I don't know why. I used to know it like the back of a hand, but it's that long since I've been in here.
I think you need to go back.
Yeah, it's me, I'm not good at multitasking. When it comes to a dungeon like this one, I'm not good at navigating where I'm going and talking to a chat at the same time.
I'm straightforward.
I'll get there eventually. I should know it
Deep
by.
sleep can be interesting. Also water poisoning.
Yeah, that'd have been interesting. But there we go.
Yeah.
Jabal Sag's talking again, so I must be heading the right way now. Yeah, there we go. Yogi Bear.
Drinking seawater is just dumb.
Yeah. Well, it's like I say now, isn't it, with you eating and drinking. You can go to the Shattered Springs, which is full of gas, so you need a sandstorm mask on, but yeah, you can drink the water still. So you need a mask on to breathe in the Shattered Springs, but you can drink the water, no problem. Doesn't make sense, does it?
Maybe doesn't need to be too complex, but just to make you take it slow, strategize the fights and make you think twice when taking on a can.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's to make you think about your attack. And I remember even at, you know, low level, even on New River, it was so tempting just to see a big camp and think, oh, there we go, I'm going to, you know, run up with my little stone sword thinking I was being caught on the barbarian. And then wondering why I was dead so easy. It definitely makes you think a bit more about your attacks, and even as a fully leveled up player like this now, you still have to think about what you're doing, think about the follow-up.
Boiling water would be great.
Yeah. You have them making flipping hot flavoured tea next, boiling water, you'll be wanting sugar and milk so they can make a cup of tea. We want them drinking breakfast tea and a bacon butty next.
That would be the purified water you get in the stove.
Yes, that's true. Another way of getting purified water, that if
Every
you
enemy should have their debuffs.
boil it, yeah. Boil your own water to make purified water instead of just doing it on the stove, yeah.
I will drink your blood. I will have your soul.
Luck, but you can't get stove until later on, and you need to drink at the beginning though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is very true. You do, you need to drink and you can't. Oh look, bear cub. Oh, poor baby. We won't take him though because we don't have an animal
Like
pen.
animals should have a chance to give you rabies.
Yeah, it's probably going slightly overboard on it. That's why there's probably a lot of things they've not included. Oh, poor baby's frightened.
I will drink your blood.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's had a bear as a pet before. Were they any good, or are they any good still, would you say? Or is it just a bit of a gimmick now, would you say? I know.
Purified water by boiling on a campfire sounds good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Your soul. I will feast upon you.
Well, yeah, if anybody's ever had bear cubs, you know, grown them into a bear, or you've ever had a wolf and turned it into a wolf, obviously. Let me know what you thought of it, what you think of them.
All my pets died in the last purge.
Oh gosh. Oh, I was holding my shield up then and he still knocked me over. Oh, that's a shame, you lost all your pets. Yeah, that's the only downside I would say to the purge, that you can lose your pets very easily. I'd say that's one of the downsides to it, really.
Lads, just to remind you, you need to turn back.
Thank you.
Some chat viewers didn't like how they came out, so I put them front line for the cause.
Ah. Do you know, I'm glad I've got you guys navigating for me, because I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm just not with it. Getting totally sidetracked and everything. I'm not thinking about where I'm going. I'm too busy thinking about the new chapter. I'm not thinking about where I'm going. Of course, this would be the entrance. We need to go this way, don't we? This would have been the bears.
They did last longer than I thought they would.
Alright, well that's good. Yeah, there's nothing worse, you know, although they say to you, don't get too attached to your pets or to your followers, because you will lose them at some point, because that's the whole point of the game. When you do, it is still hard, it does still hurt, because especially if it's somebody like a Delincia or a Berserker or Freya or somebody like that you've spent hours, you know, putting time in, trying to get her all leveled up and everything. It's bang, he didn't last very long, did he? Wowzers. Right, should be this way, I believe. But yeah, it always hurts when you lose your...
Before Age of Sorcery, when you could use pets and they would take down bosses at LVL 20 with good perks.
Oh gosh, yeah, they absolutely destroyed bosses at level 20. Especially Sabertooths, well, Graters especially. Greater Sabertooths and those, they were, yeah.
I will drink your blood.
So I was a bit gutted on the Isle of Sipta when I got my first Brutus, and then I unfortunately got him killed because I got a bit too carried away and thought he'd be alright because he got a few levels, and poor guy got killed unfortunately. But I have got another one now, obviously. I've also got Koji and Oscar, I think the other one is. And I have got Brutus as well again. So of course, when I go back on there, I'll get them levelled up. And we'll see how they go. Not going to just take them into too much tough content, obviously. There's a shadow in the mist, is there? By the way you're looking, I don't see no mist.
Got a question. What's the deal now with the events like at the summoning place?
What do you mean by what's the deal with them? Do you mean, are the events back again, and are they going to be spawning? Is that what you mean? Do you mean have they put events back in again? Is that what you mean by it?
Everything until the force field drops.
Yeah, exactly.
There is something to do.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know if that guy did that for you, but that was Tarzan on my screen. Not the ape, the guy at the back, of course, doing his best Tarzan impression. So Always funny when I hear that guy. Always think of Tarzan. I mean, he is with the apes, so Tarzan and the apes, it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if this is the case now, but there was an armor set you could get.
Oh, yeah, there was with the events, wasn't there? Yeah. You picked all the different pieces up from them. That's right. How am I going here?
I believe it was the Scalos cultist master.
Yep, that's the one. Skelos.
Got one 2 days ago. Stygian soldiers dropping from the sky.
Oh,
From sorcerers now.
Yeah, the Stygian soldier. That was the thingy event, wasn't it? Is that the one where you got like not the mage in the bubble, but somebody in a bubble, and every time you kill one, their spirit goes up into the sky, kind of thing.
Force field that became some kind of tentacle monster.
That's the one. Yeah, is that not the blowback event? It's the. I know the one you mean, but I can't think of its name. But yeah, you keep killing so many humans, and then the spirits all get sucked up into it, and then the guy in the middle calls down some lightning, and it kills everybody else remaining, and then.
Cimmerian armor.
Yeah, they drop that as well. That's very true. But then yeah, it becomes some weird sort of creature, doesn't it? Or like the blood fiend or whatever, or something like that. Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. I know the one you mean. It's an interesting event, that one. You can tell she's getting tired. Letting herself,
nothing more to it. Just kill whatever moves.
letting herself get knocked about there, isn't it? Here we go. Yeah, exactly. The one where there's all the people walking around. Just keep killing the people. Their souls get sucked up into the sky, and then the guy in the bubble or the girl in the bubble does some sort of thing, and then more of them start spawning. You kill them. So I think it does it a few times. Like, so the quicker you'll just see them all wandering around. You get it in Sepa Maru as well sometimes, where the bearer spawns. I've seen that event there before now. So you could do it there, and yeah, like you say, then at the end he transforms into some sort of beast, or like a tentacle beast or something, and you can take that on and defeat that.
Were first introduced, I thought they were testing for the sorcery stuff, but there is no purpose anymore, and it's just for.
Yeah, exactly. It is kind of just for the fun now, isn't it? There you go. That's a good way to get down, so you lose a little bit less damage. I still took quite a hit, but as you can see, I didn't take too much damage because obviously I landed on his back. Oh, it's going for us again. Go on, go get him.
Okay, nice.
Oh, he's doing his thing. And down he goes. Good job, good job. Right.
Bear attack.
Yep.
The bad stuff is these events prevent NPC spawn points.
Yeah, that is the only downside to them. If that event's running, it stops the NPCs from spawning. But as soon as you clear the event, if you just clear it out, leave the area for a few minutes and then go back, everything should have respawned again as normal. a good sign that that event or an event is going to spawn, especially in Sepamaru, is if you're walking up towards Conan's Bar from the Temple Quarter. If you get down to Conan's Bar with it on your right, then you look down, you'll see there's nobody at that far end from Conan's Bar down to the gate that are actually spawning. And then if the event hasn't already spawned, it will sometimes start once you walk into that area. For that particular event anyway. And then yeah, the one at the summoning place, obviously you see all the totems and what have you. Now this guy is super quick. Look how fast he is. Still no match for her though. Absolutely annihilated him. Yeah. Blood Moon Bow. There he is. Jabal Sarg. Right, just because I'm over encumbered a second, I'm just going to jump into creative so we can move there a minute. Yeah, he goes off, puts his head down again and goes back to sleep.
R33 damage but no armor pen.
Yeah, that is the only thing with it, which is a shame. Like my agility build, I do carry a bow, but it's not to really do huge damage with. It's more for me the bow with the
Red Mother is 30, I believe.
Oh yeah, Reach of the Red Mother is one of, or if not in my opinion, like a lot of other creators, the best bow in the game for agility. Reach of the Red Mother is just absolutely amazing. Whoops, don't know why I did that. Yeah, the Reach of the Red Mother is a fantastic agility bow. If you can get that from the Red Mother, I would strongly recommend trying to get it, because it's, yeah, it is a fantastic bow. Don't need that, don't need your Shane Bloom, don't need that, so I'm just going to drop it again a minute. Right, can I still move? Yes, there we go. I don't need any of that. Like I say, we're not doing a proper playthrough. Normally I would keep it, but with us not doing... Oh, no, we are still over encumbered for some reason. It's all the weapons, I think. So yeah, we'll have to stay in that mode a minute. What I should have remembered there is to put her on guard me. Hopefully she doesn't go and kill the fisherman there. Which she probably will do. No, she hasn't done. That's lucky. Behaviour, engagement, guard me. I don't want you just kicking off, young lady. Because of course, in case anybody's playing on the server, it's the lone fisherman that's here. We don't need them, so we're not too bothered about that one. But yeah, typically if that particular event we're talking about was to spawn, you'd get about here, and typically sometimes these guys won't have spawned, and then anybody that wanders all in that area just won't be here. The guys on the gate won't be there, and if it's empty, there's either just been that event and somebody's defeated it, or it's going to spawn when you run near it. I've had it on single player a long time ago when they first came out, that I thought, why is nothing spawned here? And then I got about here, and of course it started, and I already knew at that point the difficulty of the event, and with me only being on a low level character with basic gear in that playthrough, there was no way I was taking on that event, because I just knew it just wouldn't work. I knew we weren't going to survive it, especially even with the low level follower that I had at the time. I'm hoping something else that they fix is the missing counter there, and then the missing bar counter, because that's still invisible for some weird reason, which I thought would be showing again by now. But yeah, it's one of those many things that's still not quite been sorted just yet. So if we zoom in a moment, let me just get the right spot where I need to be. About right there. And of course, Relic Hunter Treasure Seekers are still pretty decent as well. Not quite as good on the health as they used to be. Obviously they were nerfed in the big nerf like everybody else a couple of updates ago. Still pretty viable, I say. Especially if you get some decent perks on them again. Do a reasonable amount of damage. Give them a decent weapon like the Dragonbone Katana if you've got that one. Or if you can get legendaries collected. You've got Graceful Knight. They're pretty good. Is it Masashi's Black Blade? That's another katana, I believe.
We need some good agility buff rolls.
But yeah, we do need some more that are agility based, a bit like the Relic Hunters. There are a few different fighters in the Purge that you can get, obviously, as well, that I'd seen, kind of doing a few different purges, like I say. Angie the Dervish was one that I had, and there are lots of others as well. Well, not lots of others, but a few others that you can get.
I think Duneman the Dragoon is good, but besides that one there is no viable to put on walls and towers.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But like I would say, I did mention in that video as well, do have a look at, if you manage to get Angie the Dervish, do have a look at her. She is pretty decent as well, and she seems to have, let me just chuck a lot of things in here a minute. Just give me 1 second, guys. Get myself a bit of space back again a minute. Just make sure I lock that. Yeah, Angie the Dervish, she is a pretty decent one.
Now that Darfari Archer called something Igaga was pretty good.
Yes, it's Sunshore Eye Gouger or something like that. So yeah, a bit of a weird one, but yeah, they were pretty good. Let me just go over here. Obviously, the likes of Freya and...
But he'll be drowning his sorrows with the brute and Tamos.
Yeah.
Yes, but in Chapter 3 it will no longer be viable.
Yeah, exactly. They were good, but unfortunately they won't be. But of course... So yeah, obviously she's not leveled up, this one. This is a level 0 version of her. That's Angie the Dervish that you can get. And as you can see with the numbers there, she's pretty similar. I don't think her damage modifier is very great. I don't think it's a very high one, I'm not sure. I did actually see it, can't remember off the top of my head. But as you can see there with the points in strength and vitality, she's pretty similar to the Berserkers and Delincia.
But it's a strength thrall though.
Yeah, it's weird. She's an archer, Angie the Dervish, but she's strength based by the look of it. And I have got one that I'd leveled up, that I put in my usual setup that everybody gets. Gave her, I think she had momentum as well. She was paired up with a Berserker that had a two-hander, and she's pretty good. She's okay on her own, don't get me wrong, she does hit pretty well. Another one that sounds similar to Delincia and our good old friend Leah Neely. She's pretty good, these two together. If you want a dancer to follow you and then have her as your fighter, get her taking less aggro, get her to take a bit more of the aggro, so you've got a...
Those look like Cimmerian attributes.
They do, don't they? Yeah, exactly. So if we go to our Berserker friend here, and then this one, I was changing the armour on her the other day for something else. But yeah, again, similar attributes to the Cimmerians. So she could essentially be a purge version of them. And again, you can compare her to...
It has 2.06 melee damage modifier, but only 1.65 ranged modifier.
Dax Bulwark. Yeah, well that makes sense then, doesn't it? If her melee damage modifier is slightly higher of the two, then it's the melee you want to go with. She's similar to these two twins or sisters, if we want to call them that. Freya and Dina. Other than the name, you couldn't really tell them apart, could you? You definitely want to give one of these two a different outfit if you're going to have them both running with you, because unless you keep the name, how would you know which one's which? It's very cool, but again, both similar numbers, both archers, but obviously strength based once again. Beauty, as I said in the video, the beauty of these two compared with Angie is she's a chance from one of the cages in the purges if you get lucky. Whereas,
Fijian or Middle Eastern look.
yeah, yeah. But they, like I say, with Angie, she's a chance from one of the cages in the purge, whereas Freya and Dina are both guaranteed spawns.
I'm sure Lion and Lionel share the same mother.
It does make you wonder that, doesn't it? Because if you think Dina there, that's her hairstyle and face. Freya. And then you look at Angie again. Very similar sort of face, slightly different. But then, yeah, if you go to Leah, very, very similar again. Similar facial features and the hairstyle. But yeah, these two as performers, probably not one you'd want to... I mean, you could use them as a solo follower with the plus 20. But...
Luke and Leia, Lion and Lionel.
yeah. These are both perfectly viable. Leah is a little bit harder to get, kind of, because she's not a guaranteed spawn where she is. And then obviously the...
But Lionel is not bald, grinning, squinting face.
No, she's not bald. Leon and Leah. Sound like brother and sister, don't they? Leon and Leah. But yeah, then obviously the Amma the Seductress that was from, or is rather, from Isle of Sipta is now also available in the Purge as well. You do obviously have a chance of getting them now. And again, performers, their damage modifier isn't great.
Face with smiling eyes.
But again, they're performers once again, so you'd think they would be agility based, but once again, strength and vitality based. And again, I've got a Leah Neely, that's one of my followers that's geared up and everything in my usual setup once again, and she's even using momentum as well. And to say her melee damage modifier isn't a huge one, with a couple of buffs she does still hit pretty hard, so she's a decent entertainer to have with you. Same as her really. But they're all perfectly viable. Of course, our good old friend Leon. There are some people that still like him. He's still the same as far as we know. These are all obviously chapter 2 that we're in now, so as far as we know, from what we've been told, things aren't changing. But if you haven't got him, you're going to go back to your Leons, and of course, can't forget our good old favourite here. Especially not for Julius, we can't forget our good old Delincia. Of course, I couldn't have her stood as she is in the Mounds of the Dead when you find her. being YouTube and everything, it wouldn't be very appropriate.
I recruited 6 lions for the Nordheimer unit against purges.
Oh, I bet that's a blast, isn't it? I love their accent as well. They're just so funny. When you just hear him coming out with his one-liners, he's so funny.
Called him Nordheimer Defenders.
Nordheimer Defenders, nice. So when he's shouting for the north, he really is shouting for the north. But yeah, our good old friend Mr. Lindsay, a snow hunter. Or if you're a Isle of Sipter player, it's Mr. Lindsay the Accursed. Still the same person, just obviously the Accursed version. But yeah, as I said in that video, totally viable any of these. There are others still. You've got Varpnir and other people like that. But in my opinion, like I said in the video, these are your top ones to stick with.
I got
Leon.
my Delincia in commando gear now.
Nice. Yeah, she's a beast, Delincia. She's always been my favourite, even from the first time that I got a really good one and leveled her up. Even before they nerfed them. Even when they nerfed them. Still think she's great. She's one of the hardest hitters, definitely. And if you get 2 of them...
Would be nice if you can make units, and put them to stand in a shield wall and not break formation. Permanent Warpaint Nika Warpath.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? At least another cool thing with Chapter 3, though, as well, obviously, is the quiver. When you put that down on a crenulated wall, your archer, and you put your archer on it, they'll actually stay there, and they won't do like they do now, where they'll get up and try and walk around to try and see where the person is to try and melee them. At least if you put them on that archer post, they'll actually stay on that post, which is really, really cool. But yeah, I think in Chapter 3, when that comes along, you'll definitely be seeing a Delincia in my tavern, and probably a Leon. These 2 will certainly be in and out at times. Probably the Berserkers. She may even be in there, and certainly have one or both of these lovely ladies entertaining people in there, no doubt. Leah's definitely one of my favourites. Confused me the other day because I was levelling a Leah nearly up with a Angela Dervish and could have sworn blind when I heard one of them talking. I think it was Leah. I didn't think I'd got one of these 2 with me. I thought I'd got Delincia with me because she sounds just like her. It's so funny, so funny. But yeah, they're actually very viable.
Make a dedicated stage for performers.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. I will definitely be making one of those. Absolutely. They'll have a stage in there. No weapon or anything. I'll put them in good armour just in case anything happens, but they won't be a combatant, if you want to call them that, so they won't be going into battle or anything. But they will certainly get some decent armour, so that they're safe at least. But obviously it'll be disguised. If it's an entertainer, it'll be disguised in their entertainer's outfit, of course. Still need to get my battle pass done. I'm disappointed in myself, actually.
They don't show up unless attacked.
Yeah, exactly. I need to work on getting my battle pass finished because I've actually not finished it yet this time. I'm a little bit behind. I'm only about just over halfway, and usually I'm a bit further on than this, but because there's been extra things I've been wanting to try out, and a couple of videos I've been trying to do recently, and then obviously life, that has to come first. I'm a little bit behind on it, but we'll get there. And yeah, this is certainly something I'm interested in getting, because the first piece there, if you haven't got this set yet, it comes in 2 or 3 different versions. So you've got one where there'll be an odd shelf with books missing off it, so that if you want to put extra things on them, you can interchange it to make it look like a real library. And then obviously your stairs are...
I have only completed 12 levels from the battle pass, but I didn't buy it and I got what I wanted from free rewards.
Fair enough.
There is an XP boost starting today, isn't it?
Yep, I believe so. Yes, there is an XP boost, so I'll be getting as much done of that while that's on. Definitely. So yeah, that's the bookshelves. You get the stairs with it, which are essentially just stairs. You've got the little book, which is another placeable that you could place down on another table if you had a table in the middle of the room. And also the lectern with a book on it, and you can either stand at it.
14 December XP boost in Battle Pass.
Ah.
Nice.
Yeah, you can actually stand and interact with this lectern as if you were reading the book, or you can get one of your followers to stand there as well, apparently. Whack486 did a video on it not long ago, reviewing that set, showing off all the different pieces and how it looks and what have you, how the lectern works. So if you are interested in it, do check out his video. It's quite an interesting one, how he does a little showcase on this set, and it looks pretty nice. So I think it's definitely one I'm going to be getting shortly, and including it in a new build on our server for the new chapter. And then you've just got different bits and pieces there, haven't you? Like some more clan emblems if you're interested in those. But yeah, it's all looking interesting. It's all looking very, very interesting.
Has it correct? Battle Pass rolling on the floor laughing. Library pieces are real nice.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. They'll be nice to include in a nice build in the new update. Definitely.
Battle Pass lol.
I'll be certainly having a good old look at those and seeing what we can do. And no doubt, once I've got a new build of some sort made in the new chapter, wherever that will be, I'm not quite sure where I'll build it just yet, but once that is made, I will potentially do a video on it and showcase it, or if it's ready for a live stream, we'll do a walk around of it when it's built. And obviously it's not going to be ready yet, as we are going to be tidying this server up.
Is there a mahogany floor tile to go with those library set?
Mahogany floor tile,
ST set.
That's a very good question. That is a very, very good question. I suppose. Let's have a look. What have we got?
Maybe insulated wood.
Yeah, let's go down here a minute. Oh. Yeah, you've got the insulated. What else have we got? You've got the Acia, which...
No, not Numidian.
No, Numidian would be a little bit darker. We've got that one, which is insulated wood, and then you've got the Acia or Acia set. Have you?
Will work with the black tiles from Stormlass.
Acia would be nice. Or you've got... Let's have a look. Frontier's kind of okay, but I would probably have done that more as a border than in the middle, but then, yeah, because of the border frame, not too sure.
Foundations brings bad memories to a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly that. Numidian. Yeah, we don't want to be...
That and all your stuff will disappear in the next chapter.
Yeah, and you don't...
Face with smiling eyes.
So yeah, there you go. You got the two storm glass there. You could either go with the black storm glass, or you've got the white one. Or what you could do, let's say you built a massive room, so it's all built like this. Let's just say you've got those bookcases running along here and it goes all the way that way. You could put, instead of doing your floor, and I'd have to try this out to see if it would actually work. No, not that one. Let's just say your bookcases are all here. You could, if your base is raised up a bit, you could put like your break.
By the way, peeps.
You could put a little brazier underneath this, and underneath this one. And hello, by the way, nice to see you. Hope you're good. But yeah, you could put a little brazier under each of these, next to your bookcases. They're all here, so you'd have a bit of light showing up through them. That's another way you could do it, but I'd have to test that out in a build just to see. But yeah, I don't think Frontier would work too much, but the Aesir looks pretty nice. Might be a bit too pale, but certainly insulated wood looks nice. You could probably do either. You could either do either of those.
That idea is very interesting.
Yeah, you could do either of those, or you could just incorporate some big rugs, couldn't you, in there as well, to cover some of it so it's not quite as bright. And then you've got obviously your lectern, and you could put a table and chairs in there, or a fireplace if you wanted like a fireplace or whatever. But yeah, there's probably a lot you could do. It's pretty much the same like with your taverns as well, isn't it? You're going to have the obviously the tavern coming out as well, so you got taverns to design, and
I need a prison set.
You got your Yamatai, but that's more of a tile look if you want a tile look for it. Yeah, I don't have the prison set yet either, actually. I didn't get it.
Walls that are bars.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have the prison set yet either. That was one I didn't get at the time when it very first came out. But that would certainly be two potential options if you want
There is a prison set.
The bit darker bit, and then obviously the slightly lighter if you want a slightly lighter room. The Aesir would certainly work very nice. One good thing I do like with it as well is that if you still wanted to keep a secret room behind your bookcases, obviously as I've done in here at the minute, got all these in the way just for this, but if you wanted a secret room, you could have your bookcases at either side and then up above, and then you could still keep one of these in, so that you could have like a little secret hidden room still.
In the bazaar. Damn, but it's not free.
Yeah, no, it's not free, unfortunately. The prison set.
But it was in the bazaar and it's not anymore.
It probably will be again at some point. The devs did say a few times that anything that's in there will either be obviously in there as a complete set at the time, or it may return as individual pieces at some point. Or I have seen, like in this bottom left box the other day, you had the king set, like with the bed and I can't remember what it's called now, but the king's bed set, you had that with the Aquilonian bath set as well, and the hidden bookcases. Oh yeah, well, hidden bookcase, hidden door and trapdoor. Those were 3 sets, and they were all in one. At one time they were selling that all in one set. But yeah, this is definitely, I would say, worth a look at. And if you're not 100% sure, do check out Whack4863's video on it on YouTube. He did one, can't remember exactly when now, but it was a few days back, so it's not all that long ago. Do have a look at what he did. He did a review for it, which is pretty cool. This won't be the one that I keep, but this was just an idea of a sort of stone glass and Aesir bar design that I'd put together. just to kind of play around with some examples. Obviously there's no furniture or anything in here yet, but I was
In a
thinking,
way I do miss, the old expansion sets felt more substantial.
yeah, definitely Outdo Gaming, yeah, the actual DLCs that you got did seem like you got a bit more with them, didn't they? I do agree. They did feel like you got a bit more than what you actually got with it. These I was thinking of making into like 2 cloakrooms or toilets as we call them. That was the idea of that space. And then maybe a little storeroom. And then the bar was going to go here somewhere or something. Or in the middle here. And then just lots of decorations and seating. And then possibly a little terrace out here. If I then fence that off as well. But like I said, this won't be the idea that I'm using. This was just something I was playing around with. And a stage at the side. And then that was the ceiling that I did. So if you want to get like a sort of glass ceiling effect in, this is with the ASEA foundations, and then if you got the other set of the stone glass to get the stone glass windows that are like the ceiling
That stage
pieces,
looks cool.
that's those. And yeah, it was just literally all it is 3 pieces of the stage in there, one at the front, and then just the corner stairs either
I was going
side.
to say that the new sets are more expensive than the DLC, which have a lot more.
Yeah, that is also true. They do seem to be... Sometimes when they bring some out, they do bring them out sort of on a discount when they first come out for the first few days or so. But yeah, they can be a little bit pricey sometimes. But yeah, I think eventually this would have something like a nice big set of curtains or a couple of set of curtains behind it and lights and what have you. Then we'll have our entertainer on here. Possibly one entertainer in the middle or maybe a couple, one either side. Like I say, this won't be the build that I use. This was just kind of an idea that I had in my head and I wanted to kind of play around with it at the time. And just kind of figure out what I was doing. So yeah, I mean, has anybody got any questions about anything that they've got? Not that I can necessarily answer it, but I can do my best. Whether it's a question about the game or
Entertain a dance off.
entertain a dance off, yeah. It can be a question about the game or a question about the channel, or if you're looking at the memberships or anything but you're not sure about something. If you are looking at the channel memberships or you haven't become a subscriber yet and you're thinking about doing but you're not sure, do obviously ask, and you know, don't be afraid to ask. We don't bite. We try and be a nice friendly bunch and help each other out and have a laugh if more than anything. So yeah, do feel free to ask. There's no harm in...
Does the bookshelf door come with the library, or is it separate?
No, those these that I've got in here, these were part of the hidden bookshelf set, which you had... I'll come here so you can see it. You had one of these, and then there was also one that looked a bit like a wardrobe. I call it a wardrobe, kind of like a cupboard with double doors that open outwards and then like sliding doors that opened internally. And then you also had a trapdoor as well that you could put, if you took a foundation out and put a trapdoor frame in and you put the door in it, and it had a carpet on it that when you interact with it the carpet rolled back and then the trapdoor opens. That was with that set, which has been back in a little while ago. But it was also in with the Aquilonian bath set and King bed set, all in one set. So like 3 bundles in one set at one time. But that's called the Hidden Doorways set, I think it's called, or something like that.
Is it still in the store, or do I have to wait?
You will have to wait for it to come back in, unfortunately. It's not actually in the store at the minute. But to use it when it does, for these particular ones, you have to put a door frame in. It doesn't have to be this one. It can be any door frame that you like. But unfortunately it doesn't mount to a wall. It would have to mount to a door frame because essentially it is a a hidden doorway. But if I just
Gotcha.
No problem. Give me a second. If I just open that again a minute and then take a copy of that, and then if we just come there like that, and then we'll run back in here again. It's just a quicker, easier way of doing it than me trying to find it like that. So as you can see, it's a door frame like that, and then it'll appear like that. So you could have a nice hidden room, and then you've also got this one, which I can actually put on the other side, that looks like that comes with it. That's a cool one if you want to try and put your elevator behind it. A little bit fiddly for getting the lever in the right place, but like I said, that opens up like that, like a little cupboard. So you could have that on the outside and this on the inside.
I know you're on console, but would you walk around in the perspective you're in? No HUD. Some of my stuff would look better like that.
Oh, yeah, yes, I am on console. All I do is, you need to be in admin mode. So if it's your own server, as this is for me, or if you're on single player, all you need to do is go to your settings.
That's awesome.
Yeah, go to your settings like that. Click make me admin. If it's your own server, put your admin password in, or if you're on single player, obviously there isn't a password, it will just make you admin straight away. Then when you back out of your menu, if you go back on your options menu again, you'll see there how it says exit creative. If I leave that again, then we have all our usual stuff on our bars. So you just, when you're in admin mode...
Oh, do try Alt+Z on PC. No admin needed.
Enter creative mode, and then, yeah, that's how I get it on console, where I get like with a lot of my video intros where you'll see my character or somebody else stood with me and there's nothing else on the screen other than the scenery and NPC and my character. That's how I do it. And then if you want to even take the little HUD dot off that you can see as well, or you don't want nameplates showing, you just go to your options here, turn off nameplates there, and then turn off HUD dot, which is that one. And essentially it just makes it like a very cinematic sort of view then, where you've got, you know, not even the little HUD dot showing. But yeah, that's how that looks. If I just go back to
nice
building again a minute. Where are we?
Winking face.
Let's go to... Where are we? Just trying to find a set that's got one a minute.
What's going to be the name of the Sipter horse? 9.
Yeah, that's a good question actually. I don't know if any of you have seen the post that I put on the tab, obviously, on the community page for the Sipter horse. Did put a little post on there for people to vote. I'll be honest, I've not been able to get on recently to check. I need to have a look at.
There is a tie.
I need to check actually and see if people have seen it and been able to vote on it and what people have thought. Now I know this isn't on a floor properly, but this is just to show you very quickly. As you can see there, looks like a big rug, and then if you interact with it, rug rolls back, and then your trapdoor opens. Now it's supposed to do it where that closes as well and then the rug falls back, but it is a little bit buggy for some reason at times. But that is your...
I just voted. No tie anymore, face with tongue.
Oh, it was a tie, was it? Right, well I shall have to jump on my PC tomorrow and check that one out and see what we're up to. Be very interesting to see what people have been saying, and then I shall reveal it very shortly. So yeah, that is the 3 pieces you get in that set. The one that looks like a cupboard, the hidden bookshelf, and then the trapdoor which you've just seen there. And it was also, as I say, included in a different bundle just recently as well. So it's very worth keeping an eye out for if you see it in the bazaar again. It's quite a decent little set, to be honest. So yes, I will have a look at that community page and see where we're up to.
I suggested a name, but then I saw that the horse is female, so not very appropriate. I might just have to tie it up again, lol.
I'll have a look and see what you've all been saying. Yeah. But yes, if you did enjoy this live stream, do me a favour, hit the like button. Just helps YouTube to recommend it out to more people. Do leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't done, and also, like I say, if you would like to have a look at the channel memberships, we've got 3 different ones available there. It just means obviously with each different tier, the higher tier that you are,
reminds me of Putzi Candleback from Young Franenstein.
the more benefits that you get. Like for example with a tier 2 you get the perks of tier 1, but you also get added bonuses like members only videos, which you're going to hopefully start getting some more of those done shortly. So not only are you getting to see members only videos and potential sneak peeks in videos before they even come out in the future, you're also helping to support the channel financially. Obviously, I don't expect people to become a member. We just like to encourage people to. It's totally up to them if they do. But if you're able to support the channel in any way that you can, even just turning up for live streams or watching the videos and leaving comments, it's all very, very much appreciated. It's all about growing a channel and growing a community, and just being able to be here and let you guys know that I really do appreciate everything that you do. Really do appreciate your support. I'm amazed that we're now over the 600 mark with the subscribers just recently. That's absolutely fantastic. We're well on the road to 1,000 now. So I think this time next year we'll hopefully be at 1,000, if not a long time into it. Hopefully even by the summer we may even achieve it. So if you know anybody else that's interested in Conan or Daisy or any other future games we may have a look at, do ask them to check out the channel and come give us a follow. We don't bite, like I say. We try and be as friendly and helpful as we can. We do have some very knowledgeable people here that may know answers to questions that I don't know, and I'm sure we all have a good laugh, don't we? Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Sorry I was late. Cheers, labs. Take it steady, sign of the horns.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't worry. You're welcome anytime, all of you. Like I say, it's great to see you all, and it's just about 9 o'clock again. So that is our 2 hours up. So yeah, once again, thank you all for joining, and until I see you all next time, we shall say good night. Bye bye for now.
Have a great weekend. Bye.